Have you ever woken up with a heavy feeling, even after a full night's sleep? The world is quiet, yet your mind is already loud. Your phone lights up bills, deadlines, messages. A flood of noise enters before you even rise. You scroll through smiling faces, promotions, achievements, and vacations, but somehow none of it feels real. Inside, there's a weight invisible, but exhausting. It's as if your heart has become a radio full of static. The music of peace is still there, but you can't hear it anymore. No matter how much you work, rest, or plan, something blocks the flow. You sense that life could be more than this constant chase, but the signal is unclear. Ibn Arabi once said that the blessings of Al-Razzaq, the provider, are not distant treasures waiting to be found. They are always flowing, like sunlight behind clouds. But doubt, fear, and impatience create fog between you and that light dot. So what if provision was never missing? What if the blockage is not in the world, but in your alignment with it? As Ibn Arabi wrote, "Nothing you seek is far only, your seeing is dim." This is the beginning of uncovering that light again. Have you ever felt trapped in the maze of your own thoughts? One day you trust life, the next you doubt everything. You wonder if destiny is already written, or if your choices still matter. Ibn Arabi taught that life is not a straight road, it's a labyrinth, alive and responsive. Destiny, he said, is not a prison, but a living conversation between the heart and the divine. When you resist, life feels like a spinning wheel dragging you through chaos. But when you surrender, that same wheel carries you with grace. He learned this through experience. Exiled from his home in Andalusia, surrounded by war and betrayal, Ibn Arabi found serenity not in escape but in alignment. He wrote, "The real does not withhold. It only waits for readiness." Even in exile, he saw provision everywhere, food from strangers, peace in uncertainty. You are not meant to control the wheel of time. You are meant to move with it. Every challenge, delay, or loss is not punishment, it's the maze teaching you direction. In that maze, fear is fog, faith is the torch. When you stop fighting the path and begin trusting the guide, you start to see that the labyrinth was never meant to confuse you. It was meant to lead you inward. Do you ever feel like life keeps sending you the same lessons in new disguises? Different people, different settings, but the same emotional pain: rejection, delay, or disrespect. Ibn Arabi taught that everything you face is a mirror. Every person, every situation reflects something hidden inside you. A rude colleague may mirror your suppressed anger. An unkind friend may mirror your need for validation. The world, he said, is a book of recognition, not a battlefield. One of his students once lost all his savings and cried that God had abandoned him. Ibn Arabi smiled gently and said, "Perhaps it was wealth that was losing you." Days later, the student found peace not through money, but through understanding. Like polished glass, your heart reflects the image it carries. Clean the dust out, resentment, pride, and you'll start seeing reality as it truly is. Every difficulty becomes a reflection, helping you see yourself. And when you learn to look with that clarity, the mirror stops wounding you. It starts teaching you. Have you ever noticed how your mind becomes sharp and peaceful after a moment of silence? That stillness, Ibn Arabi called it Kashf, the unveiling. It's when the fog of anxiety clears and you begin to see what's already been there all along. Kashf isn't magic. It's awareness. It's the art of looking beyond appearances. Modern science agrees. Mindfulness activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for clarity and calm. In that still state, your nervous system resets, your emotions stabilize, and intuition starts to guide you like an inner compass. Ibn Arabi students practiced this through breath and silence. They would sit in noisy markets and still find the divine between the shouts of sellers. The practice wasn't about escaping the world, it was about hearing the sacred within it. When your awareness expands, doubt loses its power. You stop chasing outcomes and start aligning with presence. The unveiling happens not because you earn it, but because you finally get quiet enough to receive it. That's when faith transforms from a word into an experience. Have you ever met someone whose calm presence makes you feel safe without a single word? That's what Ibn Arabi called the insan al-kamiltha, complete human. Such a person doesn't chase blessings. They become the vessel for them. Like a lighthouse. They don't move toward ships, they simply shine, guiding others through storms. Their faith doesn't just feed them, it feeds everyone around them. Ibn Arabi said that when you give selflessly, you join the rhythm of Al-Razzaq. The provider provides through you. Your hands become extensions of divine generosity. He often reminded his students, the one who gives for praise is trading light for shadow. Ego turns service into a transaction. But pure intentions, serving quietly, without recognition opens the gates of unseen provision. To live as a lighthouse means to live as a bridge between heaven and earth, giver and receiver, visible and invisible. So how do you live this teaching? Start each morning in stillness. Before touching your phone, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Silently repeat Ya Razzaq, the provider 3 times. Imagine a soft light entering your heart, melting away the fog of doubt. This simple act rewires your day. Science confirms that mindful breathing reduces stress hormones and increases focus. Spiritually, it opens your inner channel to divine flow. Remember, you don't need to ask for provision, you only need to align with it throughout the day. Every encounter becomes your classroom. When someone offends you, pause. Don't react. What is this moment mirroring within me? One of Ibn Arabi's students once faced insults in a busy market. Instead of replying, he smiled and stayed silent. Days later, the same man came to him seeking help. Presence had turned conflict into connection. Modern science calls this emotional contagion. Your calm heart can regulate others' emotions, even without words. So today, when chaos rises, become the calm in the room. Don't preach. That's how your invisible energy becomes guidance for others at night. Take a moment to reflect. Write down 3 blessings from your day, not things you bought, but moments of kindness, peace, or clarity. This is your ledger of provision. Ibn Arabi said gratitude magnifies what it touches. Modern neuroscience agrees gratitude rewires the brain for optimism and creative problem-solving. Every night, you record proof that the divine never stopped providing. You just learned how to see it, and slowly your life begins to change. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop worrying and start witnessing. Your calm presence becomes prayer in motion. Ibn Arabi believed that one awakened person can elevate the energy of an entire space. Science now supports this. Truth studies show that calm individuals influence group brainwaves and lower collective stress. Your peace becomes a ripple that touches everyone near you. But remember, never mistake divine flow for personal power. Ego is the thief of light. It turns gifts into chains. True abundance is for service, not for status. So walk gently, breathe often, Trust deeply. Every act of faith, every moment of silence, every kind word contributes to a larger harmonia return to the whole dot. As Ibn Arabi whispered, when you trust the giver, the gift never stops.